All right, boy. We're going to start off with steak chili today. Okay, same thing as hamburger, but with steak. Same thing, kind of chili. What we got here is we got 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and a teaspoon and a half of cayenne pepper. Now you might want to lighten that up. Minced garlic and jalapeno chopped up, and onions, and of course the steak. So the pan's hot, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking the meat, and we'll go from there. Just put it in. Remember, you want to hear a sizzle like that. Now, it makes a lot of noise sometimes because if the meat's still cold, I didn't give it a chance to go down to room temperature. That's why it's making all that noise. But it should be, you should hear something similar to that, but maybe not as much. If you have, make sure your fan's on your stove. And what I have to do is open our back door because it gets all smoky and stuff. I go ahead and use a little bit of salt and pepper while the meat's cooking. Stir it up. You just want it to be brown because you're going to continue to cook it once it's brown. You're going to add the other ingredients. We'll give this time to cook and I'll get right back with you. All right, John, it's been about 5 minutes, maybe 7. The meat's browning really nice. Forgot to tell you, it's about 2 pounds of sirloin, and I cut it in like 2-inch cubes. It's probably a little bit better if you did like 1.5. It cooked a little bit better, but I plan on cooking this, letting it simmer when I get everything together for a while. So we're ready for the onion, which is 2 onions, by the way. Just chopped up, like you always chop up onions. Add that to the meat. Stir it up. We're going to add, it calls for one jalapeno, but I chopped it up because I had something else. I had to make my jalapeno cheddar cheese bread over there in the bread machine. But you don't have a bread machine, so you don't have to do it because you can't do it. But we'll be eating that too, by the way, with this. So I'm going to put about, I guess, a little bit more than a tablespoon, freshly cut. Stir that up. Now it also calls for 3 cloves of garlic minced. I usually don't put the garlic in right yet. I'm cooking this on medium-high, and the worst taste you can get is burnt garlic. It's disgusting. So I wait right till the end to put the garlic in because, like I said, it's going to continue to cook, but in a different pan. We're going to add tomatoes and all the spices once we get this going. So as soon as this is beginning to become soft, which it's not, I'll get back to you. All right, boy, the meat's done. The onions are soft. The jalapenos looks like they're getting soft, and we're ready to continue to cook. So now we put the spices in. Let me turn this down real quick. It doesn't matter what order you put it in. Cumin. I put a lot more cumin than I should have. Chili powder, cayenne pepper. What I like to do with the spices, same thing I do with chili. I let the spices heat up a little bit. It kind of gets into the meat better, I think. Not really sure if it does or not, but it just seems like it. Before I put the tomatoes in. It smells really good too, by the way. Okay, that's all mixed together. And of course I put it in a bigger pan. Now the tomatoes, 229-ounce, 2 of them, diced tomatoes with juice and everything inside. Mix it all together. Okay. Bring it to like a slight boil. Turn it down to simmer. What I do is put the lid on, kind of not all the way on, let a little bit of steam escape. Cook it for about an hour. Take the lid off completely. Let it cook for another 30 minutes until the consistency that you want. Because the tomatoes will start breaking down. When they break down, it's going to be more fluid inside the pot. So you want it to be, or at least I like it to be tighter. Not a lot of fluid. Just the meat, the tomatoes, and the onions and all that. So that's about it. Now, like I said, after it's done, you can cook it as long as you want, actually. So if you wanted to simmer it longer, you could. Just check it, make sure, add some water if you have to. If you got something going on like football tonight, you just want to wait till 9 o'clock. So that's it. And we'll see you if you ever come home again. We're hoping you do. So, Big KT signing off.